In just a few hours, we're going to read tonight and again tomorrow morning here at school the Megillah, which talks about Esther, who was naturally a quiet person. But Esther came to realize that there's a time to be silent and there's a time to speak. Esther realized that the words that come out of her mouth can be used to save the Jewish people. Esther was very well aware of the power of her words. And she was able to turn the destiny and the history of the Jewish people around by realizing the power of her words. And therefore, we've dedicated Ta'anit Esther for the last number of years at SAR to focusing on the power of our own words. And it's something that takes maybe more than a day to learn. We've had some preparation in Tefillah every day of Adar leading up to this day. And it's something that takes a lifetime to perfect, because it's really hard. But when we realize that our words can be used to heal, but we also remember that words can be used to hurt, it's a really important lesson that needs to be reinforced. We are blessed to have somebody in this school who has dedicated a big part of her life to teaching all of us and students around the country about the power of words. And that's a lesson that Dr. Jennifer Fenster learned from her beloved husband, Matt, Zichrono Livracha. It's something that we learned from Matt Fenster, Zichrono Livracha, when he dedicated the last few months of his life to teaching people this lesson. And it truly reached thousands upon thousands of people. And he lives on today, and that message lives on today through the things that we are going to be learning about in the most positive of ways. So we are very thankful that the Fenster family, the Whitmark family is here with us today. We're honored by your presence. Please give your attention to Dr. Jennifer Fenster. Thank you.
Good morning. I want to just take a moment to express my hakarat hatov to all of the people that make this day possible and really special each year. Thank you to Rabbi Krause and to the entire administration. Thank you to Mora Eli Shmulowitz, who really, through her scheduling and ordering of supplies and programming, really brings this program to fruition. To Mr. David Laser, who took it upon himself to teach our youngest students the words and tune to Mi Ha'ish, which we'll sing later. To Chazan Shim Kramer, who will also sing with us a song that we started singing for this program a few years ago, the What Are Words song. Thank you to Rabbi Nir Shalom, who helped the teachers prepare for this day through a really meaningful lunch and learn last week, and to Maura Shippy Friedman, who will today again lead a learning session for the faculty. Thank you to all of the teachers in lower school and the students in the middle school who since Rosh Chodesh has been teaching us a halacha a day to prepare for this day to learn about Shmirat HaLashon, which was a really meaningful addition to this year's program. And finally, thank you to all of you, to all of the students and teachers who really bring the energy and the positivity and the excitement to this day, And it's because of you that Matt's message really lives on, because this message today will go beyond the walls of SAR, and you'll go home and hopefully talk to your families about it. And when you're in camp this summer, you'll talk to your camp friends. And really, we all become the ambassadors of this message to teach others about the power of words. I want you to take a moment to imagine that it's early on a Sunday morning, very early. It's even kind of dark still. It's cold, and you're standing in the middle of Central Park in Manhattan with 20,000 other people. Just imagine that for a moment. It doesn't sound so great, but it gets even worse because you're about to try to run 13.1 miles. And you've trained and you've practiced, but you're not so sure you have the strength to do this. But then you get started. And you're able to do it because there's 20,000 other people around you who are giving you the positive energy and the inspiration to do this. And the spectators on the sidelines are cheering you on. And you can do it. You seem to be able to do the impossible. Now take a moment and imagine you're at recess with your entire grade. And you've practiced and you've trained to speak nicely and to avoid Lashon Hara. But sometimes it seems impossible. And you think to yourself, how am I possibly going to do this? But then you remember that Hashem not only gave us the power of our speech, our words, the ability to speak, but He also gave us the power to choose our words carefully. And through all of our practicing each year on Power of Words Day and beyond, and through our training, we're just like those runners in that half marathon. We really can do this because we can all work together. And when we work together, it's all that positive energy, just like the 20,000 other people in that half marathon. We can do this together, and even though there's no finish line with our speech, we keep going, and each year we improve and get better, and we carry those messages on to the rest of the world. And really together we can make the world a better place by all working together. Thank you so much.
Last April, my husband Matt Fenster was told that his leukemia could no longer be cured. And at that time, he wrote a blog posting about what people can do for him.
One of the things that I decided I was going to do with the rest of my life was I was going to try to give up Lashon Hara. So I decided if people want to help me, they could try to give up Lashon Hara too.
An entire program was created by SAR, the Power of Words Day. It was an incredible day. The entire school was engaged in different programs. There were speakers, there were projects, art projects. There was jewelry making, all about the power of words.
Today we're making bracelets with the word on it.
I did respect.
We're going to third grade to teach the third graders the powers of words.
What you say can really affect what happens to you.
The entire school is participating in this mosaic.
This mosaic is meaningful to me because it shows that all of us can participate in something and to watch our work.
Around the time of Matt's Shloshim, this mosaic was dedicated to him in his honor.
Together, you will change the world and make this world a little bit better and a little bit kinder place with your choices of words. Thank you, SAR.
Anywhere you are, we are near. Anywhere you go, we'll be there. Anytime you whisper our name, you'll see. Every single promise we'll keep. 'Cause what kind of friends would we be if we were to live when you need us most? If you really don't mean them when you say that. What are words if they're only for good times and then gone? When it's love that you say them out loud, those words you never come, even when we're gone. And we know an angel was sent just for us, and we know we're meant to be where we are, and we're gonna be standing right beside me tonight, and we're gonna be by your side. We will never leave when you need us most. What are words if you really don't mean them when you say them? What are words if they're only for good times and then done? When it's love, yeah, you say them out loud. Those words, you never go away. They live on, even when we're gone. Anywhere you are, we are near. Anywhere you go, we'll be there. And we're gonna be
Since Rosh Chodesh, we've been learning a different halacha about our speech after tefillah each morning. I would like to share today's halacha so that we can all learn it together. Judge them favorably. A way to avoid speaking lashon hara is to be careful to judge other people favorably. If you walk into school one morning and one of your friends does not say hello, assume the good. Maybe they didn't see you. Maybe they don't feel well that day. Maybe they are having a tough morning. By giving them the benefit of the doubt, you avoid being tempted to walk home to someone else in your class to say, "She's so mean, she didn't even say hello to me." A kind word costs nothing but gives much. It enriches those who receive without making poorer those who give. It takes but a moment, but the memory of it sometimes lasts forever. None is so rich of money that he can get along without it, and none is so poor but that he can be made rich by it. A kind word creates happiness in the home, fosters goodwill with neighbors, and is a countersign of friendship. It brings the rest to weary, cheer to discourage, sunshine to the sad, and it's nature's best antidote for trouble. Yet it cannot be bought, begged, borrowed, or stolen, for it is something that is of no value to anyone until it is shared. Some people are at times down or overwhelmed and forget the power of word given. Give them one of yours, as none needs a kind word so much as he who has forgotten his strength.
When I began school early in September, it was not so long ago, I can still remember. I thought I would only learn math, Navi, and history, but all that would change as I was about to see. I met a girl who didn't have the power to speak. When she saw something wrong, she couldn't critique. I thought it was strange for a person to have no voice, but then I realized this was from God and not her choice. Try as I might, thoughts of her I could not lose. All I could do was imagine myself in her shoes. No voice, no words, no conversation. Over and over again, I heard this reverberation. I began to ponder what all this meant, how I must make sure how my words were spent. If I had the power to utter a word, then I had to be certain of how I was to be heard. I realized that each word carries with it power. I decided to use words where my emotions could flower. I made myself a promise to think before I spoke, to watch for others' feelings, even in a joke. So now when you ask what's the most important lesson from school, I begin to answer all calm and cool. Although my teachers have many lessons to teach, I have truly learned the lesson of the power of speech.
Let's join together. Our learning will continue with the cross-grade learning that is traditional on this day. Please return to your classes.